Assalamualaikum and good day, I back to Madam. So today I'm going to present about the organization development issues in Segamat District Council. So here's are my group members. Nur Asikin binti Nazari 264006, Liana Exora binti Zaidi 264706, Muhammad Farhan bin Abu Khalid 261596, Muhammad Lutfi Naim bin Muhammad Shakri 261617. So moving on to the introduction, Segamat District Council, MDS is a self-governing local government in the state of Johor. The administrative area occupies 265.53 square kilometer and has a population of 91,058 people. In 1951, it was converted to a municipal council with the district in place. Only in 1925 was the function of public health control established. Control of public and private owned roads, building, urban development, town planning and other services and facilities were added to its responsibilities in 1935. So next is the objective of Segamat District Council. So it consists of 5 objectives. The first one is to deliver the greatest urban service and public amenities in the council's jurisdictions. Second is to create strategies for urban development, traffic reductions and pollution reductions. Third is to create a great and charming town. Fourth is to modernize the council administrative system in order to stay up with IT development in order to provide efficient and effective services. And the last one is to improve control and supervision over the issuing of business license, permits, construction permits, and approval for development project plans. So next is the mission. Development of Segamat City Centre must be coordinated in order to establish a single comprehensive commerce and service centre. Transforming Segamat into a garden city, land development must be regulated and standardized in order to produce a beautiful natural environment. Next, comprehensiveness and efficacy of the road system and network are required to promote municipal growth. And the last one is appropriate facility preparations and a beautiful image. Segamat will serve as an important transit town along the major road. We will continue with the visions, making Bandar Segamat as the key magnet for economic growth in the Utara Wilayah Selatan Semenanjung Malaysia regions, while also providing adequate social amenities or facilities in a garden city setting. So here's our several functions of SDC, Segamat District Council. The first one is to ensure that development in Segamat District complies with all law and regulations. Next is to complete the task, development control covering activities such as approval for layout plans. And last one is to control business activities operating in MDS area. In addition, business control duties include all types of license insurance, renewal, suspension, termination, appeal, and enforcement. So as shown in the slide, this is the organizational chart of SDC, Segamat District Council. Back with me again, I'm Liana Exora binti Zaidi, matrix number 264706. So I'm going to present about the diagnosis of the organizational level. So as for the input, we have comes out with 3 elements. So the first one is the need to develop a network of corporations. This is to measure Johor local authorities in order to benefit from sharing information and skills as well as enhancing cooperation. One of the most essential concepts in modern organization is cooperation. As the Segamat District Council has discovered, working with the state administration is difficult due to a lack of cooperation. This will result in unsatisfactory production, which will have an impact on the general population. So next is the need to create a positive work culture is grounded in innovations and creativity. So this step aim to increase appreciations and the culture of continuous improvement so that the Johor PBT is always developed and forward in managing training. All organizations benefit from having a positive work culture. It influences whether your workplace is delightful or unhealthy. So another major trait to an organization culture is the favoritism. When individuals start treating a few employees differently, problem will arise. Favoritism not just degrade the working environment, but it also deters people who sincerely just want to work and carve out place for themselves. So next is the lack of communication among employees. Employees must interact with one another to discuss work, concern, and come up with new ideas. So for greater outcome, employee must work as a single unit. Management should communicate successfully with their employee. So next one is the need to utilize ICT technology in business service delivery. So this measure basically will be able to ensure access by customer to service provided by local authorities. This step will also make dealing easier directly with the local authority. Organizations should rely on different application and software for communicating with the public, especially during COVID-19 pandemic, as many organizations are performing the new policy, which is the WFH, work from home. There is a myriad of new technology available in this modern generation that will make the work of organization easier. Continue with the transformations. Structure is one of the design component for the requirement to establish a network of corporations, which will have a significant influence on the culture. It demonstrates the importance of an organization structure or chain since one choice has an impact on others. The productivity of Segamat District Council or Majlis Perbandaran Segamat (MPS) workers would suffer as a result of a lack of cooperation. A manager or top management frequently confront an employee's uncooperative attitude. The manager and the employee may develop an adversarial relationship. Employee must be allowed to have a voice in whatever resolutions to the disagreement that the company comes out with. Next, design component for the need to develop a positive work culture grounded in innovation and creativity is a strategy that will have a significant influence on the culture. A healthy workplace culture fosters cooperation, boosts morale, boosts productivity and efficiency, and encourage employee retention. Most importantly is a nice workplace culture will help people to feel less stressed. There are a few strategies that are effective in fostering pleasant workplace culture. A positive organization, for example, is one in which all employees, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, or race, are respected, encouraged, and fostered. Workers might as well have equal opportunity for advancement and access to all benefit and incentive available. Individual diversity in the workplace are valued and made to feel welcome and appreciated in an inclusive workplace. Next is the need to utilize ICT technology in every organization. So the design component for the need to utilize ICT technology in business service delivery is technology, which will bring huge impact to the culture. Numerous organizations nowadays cannot ignore the benefit that technology gives to the business since the bulk of tasks now rely on the most up-to-date technological equipment. During the outbreak, the government implemented a new policy known as Work from Home (WFH), which is meant to ensure everyone's safety. Meeting and discussion with worker or colleague were conducted using a variety of technology. It is necessary to use applications such as Skype, Zoom, Google Meet, and WebEx. Employees are well known for being engaged by technology, so it enables individuals to work from home and encourage them to interact with one another to exchange information and vital things. So the last one is the output. The first one is cooperation among the workers in the organization. So basically, cooperation that occur in any organization will produce a good teamwork. This great teamwork will produce a good idea which will ease the organization task and job. So next is positive work culture. A positive workplace or organization culture will help the company meet its mission and targets. The impact on the organization is that productivity of workers and management which show positive workplace culture being practiced in the organizations. The last one is technologies can help to improve communication process. Organization might benefit from technology to enhance their communication procedure. Messaging, website and application, for example, allow public to communicate and interact with the organization more effectively, especially during this pandemic.
Okay, the next is issues and problems faced by the organization. The MPS is facing work culture issues. The work culture is still strong based on hierarchy where it is quite difficult for superiors, especially politically appointed officials, to accept ideas and creativity from subordinates. As such, initiatives from these subordinates employees to do something better on their work process and outputs will only happen if they get approval or confirmation or a green light and receive strong support from the management. A negative work culture will make it difficult for the MPS to achieve the goals and direction set by the administrator. The next issue is collaboration to develop the network pioneered by the public sector, which is MPS. In this regard, the MPS faces poor cooperation with private companies. The MPS needs to create a smart coupling of these two important entities in order to provide benefits to the country and the people in the form of tax revenue and social involvement. The MPS needs to work together and synergize with various parties such as industry or higher education institutions to create a strong network or cooperation. As a result of this network, the public can get various benefits such as information with high reliability. The MPS faces a lack of modern technology and expertise. Government agencies are not only urged to strengthen the communication technology infrastructure, but also immediately use internet applications such as websites, blogs, social sites as an effort to transform the public sector towards a more efficient, fast, and integrity delivery system. The need to generate innovation and creativity in the public delivery system, especially through the use of the internet, has become an urgent need to meet the needs and wants of the people. The next issue was financial issues and problem faced by the local authority in Malaysia was often arise, which is MPS. The question that is often heard and raised is that the MPS has failed to reach the affordable level, income level, and and is still dependent on government assistance for the purpose of covering and supporting the cost of services. The MPS failed to manage the capacity to mobilize and enhance more effective measures and efforts to help local authorities strengthen their performance and financial capability and be able to have stable funds. In the problems faced by MPS, several interventions are proposed to implement solutions. One of the interventions that can be used is the human process interventions. Human process interventions are change programs related to interpersonal relationships, groups, and organizational dynamics. So, first one, MPS needs to practice team building to ensure that the process of achieving work goals can be achieved. MPS should set urgency, demand performance standards and directives. MPS should also create the best working group to meet performance expectations. MPS must look at a unified team to tackle the organization's important initiative. The next one is in human process interventions, whereas MPS can conduct confrontational meeting. In this confrontation meeting, MPS shall gather the groups involved, schedule and held at an appropriate place. Typically, the task of this group is to identify problems regarding the work environment and organizational effectiveness. This group is appointed to represent all departments in MPS. The group will report on the problems that have been identified and in addition offer solutions. Members are divided into problem-solving groups whose composition is different from the original problem identification group. Each group then periodically reports its list of priorities and tactical action plans to MPS management. Next, MPS can adopt third-party intervention through human process intervention. Third-party intervention focuses on conflicts that arise between two or more parties in the same organization. Conflict does exist in any group in MPS and can arise from a variety of sources including differences in personality, task orientation, and perceptions among group members and competition for lack of resources. Therefore, third-party interventions are used primarily in situations where conflict significantly disrupts task interaction and working relationships between MPS members. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nur Asikin. I will present about the output of intervention recommendation that we use, which is the human process intervention. When we talk about human process intervention, we can say that this intervention will give benefits to the organization itself, especially in context of increasing efficiency and effectiveness. There are a few of intervention that has been suggested for the Segamat Municipal Council, which will give them a positive output in terms of organizational development. Okay, the first one is team building. Organization relies on intervention to ensure excellent performance by the team. Team building is a continual process and any approach of team building and team development can be adopted by an organization. When we talk about benefit of team building, first of all, team building activities strengthen the relationship and performance among the members who work as a team to enhance teamwork and team performance as part of a common goal. Not only that, one of the strongest reasons why the team undergoes a team building is to enhance team cohesiveness, collaboration with the team, and team development to obtain greater results. It will strengthen the sentiments and team connection of each team members, hence increasing the bond and trust for the whole team. Thirdly, team building will give benefit to organization where it can improve productivity and boost employees' motivation level in a numerous way and develop a healthy organizational culture. Employees can perform more efficiently by motivating workers to work together more productively and reduce the amount of duplication of effort. And lastly, team building in an organization may improve communication and collaboration, especially amongst the employees. Certainly, enhanced communication and collaboration between employees is the main benefit of a properly prepared team building activity. Okay, now let's moving on to outcome of confrontation meeting. The confrontation meeting is an action that enables the whole organization consisting of employees at all levels of the organization to assess their own well-being immediately as well as to come up a strategy for improvement in the duration of a few hours. Confrontation meeting will give a positive impact toward the organization like Segamat Municipal Council, where they can increase the morale of their employees. During confrontation meeting, all the employees may speak out their opinion and issues they are facing. If employees can speak openly and do not worry about the conflict, their morality can be improved. Employees who can communicate freely seem to have a greater appreciation in general. If an employee believes that these thoughts are important, he will feel much better in the organization. Not only that, but confrontation meeting may also improve ideas in the organization. Whether we realize or not, sometimes conflict may help the organization to improve the quality of ideas ultimately given by the organization through the confrontation meeting activity. If MPS bring a group of employees together who talk freely and without fear of conflict, they can adapt and improve their ideas to make them more desirable. And the last one is outcome of the third-party intervention. Third-party intervention involves a person or team in a continuing disagreement between the two parties, such as management and unions for conflict resolution. Third-party intervention often allows parties to analyze and manage issues in a mutually beneficial way. Intervention with third parties enable the parties to communicate directly amongst each other, facilitate their conflict assessment and how to overcome issues. This capacity to assist conflict resolution is a fundamental competency in organizational development and applicable to all process interventions. Not only that, third-party intervention potentially tends to promote dispute and collaboration. Research conclude that simple intervention options are enough to enhance collaboration in conflicts between interpersonal and intergroup.
So, we will go to the obstacles of changes that implement by this organization. First of all is level of acceptance. Among the main challenges for the Segamat Municipal Council to implement the organizational development process is in terms of the level of acceptance. While the organization wants to implement some interventions in developing the organization, there are a handful of parties who do not agree and do not accept the effort. During the interview session with representatives from the Segamat Municipal Council, he stated that the internal reception from the officers and employees themselves was also unsatisfactory. The same goes for acceptance from outside the organization. There are also stakeholders such as government representatives who do not accept the development process that is being implemented by this local authority. According to the Segamat Municipal Council representative, when the idea of developing this organization was brought to the state government, the opposition did not agree with the view that this change made the situation difficult. The second obstacle is source of power. Another challenge that occurs in organizational development in Segamat Municipal Council is the source of power. The confusion of some parties in managing this process has caused the changes implemented to be less effective. Throughout the implementation of this organizational development process, the confusion in some of these organizations' superiors in managing the changes brought about has hampered his journey. Moreover, a very strict bureaucratic system is also a result of this challenge. As we know, bureaucracy is a way of administration and management that involve various levels of all processes as well as many rules. So from its definition, it can be understood that bureaucracy is a very complicated system. The third obstacle is balancing operational and public demand. Balancing operational and community demands is also one of the organizational development challenges that occur in Segamat Municipal Council. High community demand is seen to have been an obstacle to the effectiveness of this process. When touching in relation to the demands of the society, so this matter relates to the needs and wants of the society that need to be met. The diversity of demands from various walks of life also caused the Segamat Municipal Council to take this matter seriously. In the context of Segamat Municipal Council, the community is the largest contributor to the finance of the organization through the payment of taxes. Some acted unwilling to pay taxes and tarnish the name of the organization in expressing their dissatisfaction. So this can disrupt the process of achieving organizational goals. So the challenges in terms of community demands and organizational wants are also an obstacle to the development of the organization that wants to be implemented. Community acceptance is also a key measure of the effectiveness of the services delivered by an organization.
Okay, for the conclusion, despite of issues and challenges that happen in Segamat Municipal Council (MPS), we believe that organization development may help them to achieve the goal from the development itself. As we know, strategy planning and follow-up procedures are necessary to be successful organization. Intervention is an action research aspect that function as action plan to bring out organizational transformation. In Segamat Municipal Council, structured organizational development intervention activities should be implemented. We can conclude that organizational development intervention, such as team building, confrontation meeting, and third-party intervention are highly beneficial in constructing teams of performers. That's all from me. Thank you.